everyone, Swadika, I'm Sandy and welcome back to my channel. I believe today's video is gonna be like the fourth video of the IELTS session. And for those of you who are new, I'm gonna provide the other videos links for you as well. Without further ado, let's begin today's video. Today we're gonna talk about the 5 mistakes to avoid if you want to get IELTS Speaking Band 8.5 like me. Mistake number 1 is to have no confidence. No matter what the reason is that makes you nervous, whether it's because you're unprepared or it's because you're anxious in front of the judge, the one thing I want you to do is to think before you speak. So I don't recommend you to be nervous and sit silently. That's never gonna help you. But if you're not that nervous, I still want you to think before you speak because it can be challenging in IELTS speaking. And sometimes when you speak without thinking first, you tend to speak a lot of things that is not useful for your IELTS score. So think before you speak. Mistake number 2 is overusing filler words. Filler words are the ones that you say when you don't know what to say anymore, or you take the time to think of what to say. So you say, you know, like, kind of like these things. It's okay to use them, but the mistake that everyone's making is overusing them. What I need you to do is you just need to pause for like 5 seconds. Let's see. It's better to pause for 5 seconds and think of what you're gonna say rather than saying R for 5 seconds and it looks like you're struggling. But if you don't want to be too quiet, you can say this sentence instead. That's a very interesting question. And say what you think. Mistake number 3 is to go off topic. It's very normal that we tend to go off topic when we speak, especially when we speak like alone, when the judge are just listening to us. To prevent this, number 1, after you got the question from the judge, just say the first thought that came up to your mind. During your saying the first thought, you also need to create structures on your mind. Whether you're gonna speak this content first, and this second, and this after that, or how you're gonna arrange your ideas. Number 3, while you're doing all these things, speak slowly. Because if you speak fast, you have less time to think in your mind. So speak slowly. The last step is to just follow the structure throughout your speech. Let's say if you got the question of what is the biggest achievement in your life? The biggest achievement in my life is to be a YouTuber. And then I talk about being a YouTuber, which at that moment in my mind, I was creating a structure on why being a YouTuber is successful for me. Then I started to speak the other ideas that I have arranged in my mind slowly. Mistake number 4 is to speak way too short or way too long. Maybe you can set a timer, see your time when you speak, or even invite other people to suggest whether it's too short or too long. So if your speech is too short, then you need to practice explaining more. The easiest way you can do that is to just make sure that whatever you're saying, you have supporting details for that. Stop saying yes. That's it. No, you cannot say that. You need to say, yes, I agree because whatever. No, I don't agree because blah, blah, blah. Or my biggest achievement is this because blah, blah, blah. However, if your speech tends to be too long, then I suggest you use bullet points. Too long speeches tend to occur because we just keep speaking and speaking without being structured. Or we just have so many ideas that hasn't been arranged. It's like it's all over everything. So I suggest you to use bullet points. What are bullet points? Like number 1, I think this. Number 2, this. Number 3, this. So for example, I agree with you because 1 and the reason, 2 and the reason, 3 the reason, and that's it. You end your answer. Now, the last mistake is being unclear. Being unclear about so many things. Number 1, being unclear about your content. You tend to lose the scores because the judge won't understand what you're saying. So to fix this, just make sure that you speak slowly and speak only the specific or important points. So rather explaining about the whole thing, you can just take the most important things of your content and say it. Another mistake is you can be unclear about your voice, which means your voice is not clear, like it's not loud and clear. The last point is unclear pronunciation. That's why I need you to speak very slowly and make sure that you pronounce the words loud and clear and correctly. That's it for today's video of the 5 mistakes you should avoid if you want to get IELTS Speaking Band 8.5 like me. And if you have any questions, feel free to DM me on my Instagram, sandybn_. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Bye!